and this will be our first stop. Museum, it used to be the passport and office, and this gentleman over here is assigned to be giving you guys more about the history. So you'll get to see some of the things that I was telling you about when we were making our way to the township from the city. And you'll see a number of them are written down on some of the posts. And then you'll also be able to see pictures on how black people used to live in this township before apartheid was made lawful and when apartheid was made lawful. And then when we are done with the museum, I'll be dwelling much on what the history has left the people with today. How are they living? What do they do to survive? And all those kind of things.
Sounds good.
So feel free to ask me questions, please. Feel free to take photos, please, and the museum as well.
Okay, y'all getting ready to learn something right now about the Langa. This is your name again, brother?
Tamsan.
Tamsan. I don't get that. You get it?
Tamsan.
I got you.
You can actually, when you want to ask question, you can say Tami. Tami, yeah, take the concept of Tami. Yes. But yeah, where you guys from?
We're from Virginia, from the United States.
Yes.
Yes.
Virginia. Capetown. Yeah, guys come. Oh yeah, welcome over. Yeah, because you're also coming from Capetown. Sure. So I'm basically going to show you the sign that was actually said 9 whites only. Yes. Because in South Africa at the moment we actually using the term where we actually say we're actually a rainbow nation compared to what the racial division. Yes, I understand in the United States we have quite collateral riots, police brutalities. So yes, however, we've went out in terms of that very same concept as well. So yeah. But then if you look through in terms of the oppression, how it actually started in terms of the very same document that was actually called the DOMPass.
DOMPass, yes.
Dom, it's an Afrikaans word that actually means stupid. Because women in our township, they were not allowed. The township itself, it was purely only men that was only allowed. So that's why in 1944, women did the very same uprising in 1944. If you basically look at that, that's the picture that we're talking about. Yes, obviously, you'd find, you're coming from Joburg.
Yes.
Sure. So you remember the Hector Peter scene?
Yes.
Remember? Yeah. So So, but then we also did it here in this township itself. This township was pretty much built since 1919. So this building since 1919 it was over here. So this is the building where we want to show people around. So to show them directly, because the apartheid basically started in the Western Cape. I understand in Johannesburg they normally refer the DOMPass, they also had it. No. It was only in this township that was pretty much involved. Yes. So like you have the DOMPass and you also have the reference book. In Johannesburg they actually have the reference book compared to what the DOMPass. I'm still going to show you all the artifacts that we have. Still the original documentation, because I had to do quite a lot of researches around. Because 1960 I was not born.
Yeah. That's your fault.
Come again?
That's your mistake.
You see it?
So like for instance, the research that I had like to collect, this is basically what we always would find it. It's Miss P. Fuku in 2002.
That's 2002.
Yeah. So all the red ones would be the researches that we actually collected as well from the community members, people that actually stayed here. So now when you talk about the 1960 march here in the township, where it actually started, this is where it actually started, similar to what like these ones. And the rest of the other ones had collected themselves. The next township, which is called Gugu, Yethu, that would be the next township that was born, which is also called the Native Yards. That was actually born in 1960s, late 1960s. You look towards the differences in terms of the years. So all these years, since 1919, this building it was ever here. So that's when they actually started to say, guys, we are tired of having to carry that document. similar, like when you travel outside of South Africa or any part of the other country, you have to have the passport.
You needed a visa to leave you.
Exactly. So in as much as the migrant workers had to carry those visas all the time, 24/7, 365 days, you fail not to have it, so that becomes a problem. So that in the Western Cape, you had to come in this township for you to receive the very same documentation to walk about.
So excuse me, so the document you had, the DOMPass here, did the blacks or whatever had the same pass in the other places or just for here?
DOMPass was created here.
Oh,
the
just
other,
for here.
The
Gotcha.
other provinces had their reference book.
They had a reference book.
Reference book, yes.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
not the DOMPass. The actual DOMPass in this building, in this township, here in the Western Cape, in South Africa. Was only created
This
here.
is strictly for Langa type of people.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, now I see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because even this building, it was supposed to be abandoned. But yes, as the community members, we actually said, no! Because like this is like our history. This is pretty much of our heritage. So if you're actually going to disband this, so no one is actually going to know it. So
Right,
that's why,
erase their memory.
Yeah, so that's why for me to come here as born and bred and raised in this township, making sure people really understand. And I love the Johannesburgers when they come over the township. But DOMPass, no, you had the reference book, not the DOMPass, but the actual documentation, it was created in my township. Yes.
Okay, at this building, you saying this is where a lot of it started at?
Yes.
Okay,
Here within
and the uprising.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just had another presentation now. We have like these exchange program students. They were basically coming for the second time. Whilst they're coming for the second time, they have quite a lot of history. But I said, oh, did you manage to come in this program? No. Okay, look, this is how it is now. Because they didn't, well, like we have exchange program students coming from all over the world that lives in the township for around about 3 months. So whilst they live here, they all think, okay, yeah, they know. And some of other people, they always, okay, come and stay, enjoy the culture. But look, you might also enjoy the culture, but the customs at the same time, and the norms of the very same township. That is very much important, so you can actually understand it very well. And like she was crying when she got out. She said, no, don't cry, because I understand it. Probably your guide that didn't send you here. So yeah, so that also includes the very same march as well. That's 1976. Remember 1976, June 16. On June 16, we actually celebrate Youth Day. That Youth Day comprises in terms of education system. So in South Africa, how many official languages do we have? We have 11 official languages. Yes. So those are official. However, there are other languages at the same time. Yes. Like for instance, you'd find the upcoming one would be the Griquas, the descendants of the Hottentots.
To play rugby, yeah.
Yeah. So that is pretty much of what we actually have. I speak around about 5 official languages of South Africa, which is the one that I'm talking about. And isiXhosa, my home language, and Afrikaans, so yakhuluma nje kancane, that's like a Zulu. So we have Sotho at the same time, Umowa. So those are 5 words that
Fanagolo.
it's Fanagolo. Fanagolo is like all the different words. Like Afrikaans, it also has like a Tsotsitan. Tsotsitan is pretty much created within the Western Cape as well. So Tsotsitan, it's like Xhosa, English, Afrikaans, all the mixtures. Yeah, but this is pretty much on the very same march. This one, it actually happened on the
Langa
level.
High School.
For instance, Langa High School within the Western Cape, it was the first high school that was pretty much created for the migrant workers. So that is Langa High School. That the march actually started around the education system on the 8th, but it actually went on at the same time within the Western Cape. That's where Kolile Mosi, he was actually shot dead at within the very same march on the. Yeah, that's why we still have this building here, which is why I love to give people our history. So, like for instance, that one over the road, you see the standing pillar, and the flat one with the grey within the square one. That's where Kolile Mosi. That's where he was actually shot dead at.
Oh, right across the street.
Just across the street. Because
Wow,
the next
Ashanti.
building is the police station. So that's why, yeah. So you already find Hector Peterson in Johannesburg.
It's only known that
Exactly.
everybody talks about it.
So a lot of people got shot up right up in this area right here.
Yeah, the next building is the police station. This,
Ah, I see.
this road is this one. So they were pretty much coming over as well. Over towards the DOMPAS at the same time, around the Vincent.
So that's right there. Right here.
Okay, can I just interrupt you and tell you I was part of the 7612.
Sure, that's
I was at varsity at that time,
Ah,
and they took us all out, and we had to march in Durban Westport.
oh
So I'm
wow.
part of the revolution.
we
Wow.
lived through it.
Yeah.
We were the ones that went through the apartheid, where we were disbanded from our property and moved and the townships like these here on that side.
Wow.
For instance, you'd find the Group Areas Act. The Group Areas Act, it was simple. You'd find, guys, I am not black. If you
be
go to
colored.
say to me, I am not colored.
No?
I mean, within the human race.
Right. True.
That's why in South Africa, Mr. Nelson Mandela said, guys, we actually a rainbow nation compared to what the racial groups. So I understand in some other people, someone would say, I'm a colored. So no, I'm a white. So when you say to me, you're actually white, I'm going to pinpoint, this is the most white color within us. If you're actually going to say you're actually black, this is the most black color. So all the complexions that we actually changed that, what system we actually not using. And when you're talking about xenophobia, with me, in my township, so that will mean, dude, please go back to where you're coming from. Because our uncles, they had to go through towards exile.
Exile.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
everyone had like to go to exile, Tanzania, Lesotho, and several African states at the same time. So that's why into our township, we talk about xenophobia, dude, go back towards where you're coming from. Because here we're definitely going to tell you, because we have our uncles and aunts and our fellow brothers that actually had like to go over as well, come back. Like for instance, most people over the internet at the same time, they'll say, black people are the ones that actually liberated this country. And I was going to say, nope, you guys were part of the very same movement. So in as much as all the different races, like the Constitution of African National Congress, it was designed by every race, not entirely so-called black people. I don't want to say so-called black, because entirely I'm not black. That's the most black color.
Right. Shit.
But then,
Email behind this.
so,
Use in
but
that.
this is the most one that are based in life, in terms of liberation movement, in terms of oppression. So these are the laws that was actually created, the apartheid system.
These are laws right here.
These were laws, yes.
1901.
Yeah. People were actually forcibly removed from District 6, where people, every race stayed together. But the operational system, when they actually created, it was actually created by the Afrikaners in terms of the movement. So all of these ones, which I actually mentioned, women was not allowed. Purely the migrant workers.
Can I ask, can we get something like this, a copy of that?
You can actually take it from that. This is the only one.
Oh,
that
gotcha. Okay. Good picture.
It's a lovely history, eh?
Yeah. I love.
Properly.
Yeah.
Try to get this, because then I can blow it up and do something.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry.
No,
Do it like
but it was a
Yeah. You have the mixed marriage, so-called black.
Mixed marriage.
68,
Yeah.
Okay.
68. That's when you're around. He was forced to move from a
19 in the early mid-60s,
Mid-
we are forced out.
He was forced out,
to
yeah?
go into a township just like
Yeah.
this, another township.
That was the system of apartheid.
Apartheid.
So
but
that's
an
why.
Indian township now, we are Indians.
Yeah.
Not a black township, not a colored township.
Gotcha.
Remember, I mentioned African National Congress. It was every race. Yes, fortunately enough, you guys might know Ahmed Kathrada.
Yes.
He also went to Robben Island. Same liberation movement which he actually had to fight for. So the brainchild of for them to go to Robben Island, same, the very same township. Yeah, people had to come over. You saw Cape Town is very rich. It ranks #1, the most beautiful cities. Yes, even in New York City, they fall under, under Cape Town. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But from here, you'd see all those different laws. This is still be the very same building. This one.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yes. But the operational system government in 1986, they actually wanted to abandon the buildings. So to make sure people does not understand or know what happened. Exactly.
Racial memory.
Yes.
They do a lot of that in America.
Yeah.
A lot of areas.
So of course, like we have native Indians that are pretty much there as well. So the origins of America would be the Red Indians.
Right.
So
right.
those were the natives one. So as much as here at the same time. Thank you very much towards the Dutch East Indian Company. Yes, thank you very much. Which I always love. When people say it was Jan van Riebeeck who actually started to come here in South Africa, no.
1400s.
Yes, it was Bartolomeu Dias as a replica coming from Portugal. So as much as in Angola, they also had to go to Angola, where now how they actually colonized Angola, the Angolans speak Portuguese. So we are the only country that speaks 11 official languages. So in Angola, when you go to Angola, they speak Portuguese. They do not have their descendant language. Like I speak Xhosa. That's how we actually have that. Fortunately, why do we have official languages? Simple. The major languages within or major cities within South Africa, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Cape Town, which is where people would go and find work. But you'd find the villages or the countryside. So that's why things were pretty much shuttered over the years in terms of having to go to the Eastern Cape. So the migrant workers might be coming from the Eastern Cape, also might be coming from Angola, also might be coming from Zimbabwe, which was actually called Rhodesia. Around all these lots, we had the court at the same time within. This is our court.
The ladies got the elders.
Might find Trump in here.
Right.
Where's Donald?
This.
We talked about the forced removal from District 6. That's where the migrant workers were actually sent to.
Well, this side they regionally looked, huh?
Yeah, that is called Mandela.
Okay, so that's what guy was telling us about yesterday about how they would live, like they was like huts.
From their houses, forcibly removed to be controlled as migrant workers. So that's where they had to be sent from their houses, guys.
What they used. I'm trying to think what they called that. Slavery time. We had to do the same thing. A lot of black towns and stuff was formed the same way after 1865, after the war.
Sure, yeah.
And we had to build something like that, and then from that we ended up building out of the towns and cities. Darn, I can't think of the name of it. It's slipping my mind. But yeah, we had to build something similar the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is right here. So what's this right here? This looks like some business went on right here.
No, this was the court.
Oh, court?
Yeah. This was the court. The clerk would sit here. The judge would sit there. Yeah, please. So the advocate would sit here. Now, when we talk about the advocates...
people who did something wrong was standing here, yeah? Some of them, man.
No, I'm going to show you. This was purely about the court. I'm going to show you where the holding cell it was.
Well,
So this
You are
was
doing it?
actually
No.
court.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember I mentioned the second township, which is Bekwai. It was actually built late in 1960s. We're talking about 67, 68. But since 1919, this building, it was actually ever here. Which I like the picture that you just showed. So you'd find policemen who were blacks. Remember I mentioned in terms of the Group Areas Act.
Yeah, now you don't have that.
Yes. So also had policemen, but if you could speak English and Afrikaans and Xhosa, we're pretty much privileged. So that's where you find the policemen. They can actually speak Xhosa. So when you find that name there, that's like Xhosa. English, it actually says, I suspect you. Because you had to carry that document 24/7, 365 days. Remember the DOMPAS? So you fail not to have it, so that would become a problem.
and this guy here.
That Langa. In South Africa, guys, we have royals as well. So when you find NKOSI, that actually means the king or the prince.
Of course, he's secure.
Yeah. So
That typewriter I had in the mid-70s.
sure.
I had one like that.
Yeah, right.
How I bought that, my mom bought me one like that.
Sure.
Eh? Yeah, I had one like that.
Remember I mentioned women was not allowed.
Yes.
Since 1944, women were the first ones. Now we're talking about the
Women anti-
when they actually had to come over. So 1923, formally this township was actually gone since 1919. But we find that would be 1952 amendment of natives, urban areas act. Natives, urban, so when you talk about urban, we're not talking about the villages. So we're talking about people that are like the township. So that's an urban society. Yeah. So yeah. So when we talk about 9 whites, that's what we're talking about. So first people were so-called whites. So you'd find 9 whites at the same time, like the Indians would be.
We were known as 9 whites.
Yes, 9 whites.
We couldn't sit on the
We
ship.
had it in green. We used to have it
In Durban it was in green.
in green. in Durban.
It was in green.
The board everywhere.
just
Take out
one
one for me
thing.
and my wife, please.
Okay.
This, what you call this? The cases they had here, the cases that they had here, it was only about the past laws or anything?
Yes,
Mostly. it was just
mostly
that.
the past laws. Mostly where you had to
Shoot.
have to
He's
carry
gonna get-
with you
it can't
24/7.
get cut off.
Sorry.
Where you had to carry with you
Yes, so it
24/7.
was all about that.
It was only about that. The signature of an employer,
Yeah.
the company that you basically work
That
in.
you worked for.
Yeah.
Go like, you remember?
Yeah.
You couldn't go on that bus. Wow. So you say whites only, y'all,
Yes.
even the Indians,
No,
nobody
you
could.
knew which was your bus and which was their bus. You wouldn't fly.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. So that basically comes back to answer your question, where people had to come over. So here,
Okay. Family house.
these gentlemen are just hanging out. These gentlemen are just hanging out. So the policemen, they come and double check, where's your reference book? Where's your DOMPAS? So this would be your reference. That's the only thing.
Now just tell me something while we're talking about the DOMPAS. The history, the stats for these things, the records. The Home Affairs and things will have records, eh?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
With the ID number.
Yes.
You people don't have that yet.
We don't have it here, but it is in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But these are the original documentation.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I know that. Yes.
Yeah.
Long passes.
Yeah.
That's when they don't.
Get that. So y'all had to carry all this at one time?
Yeah.
Just to walk around?
Just to work around here. That's the picture.
Oh, you got the reference book? Okay, I see it. This is about 2 different books y'all had to
Yeah,
carry?
there's different.
Yes.
This is about the new ones.
Because
that they-
women-
Those are new
this
ones.
way, yeah.
Women had to
See,
carry
you
them.
had your area, Siskat. That's one of the township, one of the, what they used to call those Siskai and all that, what they call
Yeah.
it? Bantu stands.
The Bantu stands,
Bantu
yes.
stand. Like you had a certain area where that particular group lived, the Kosas or this.
Wow. And this went on until you say 1980 something?
1988. at most.
1988. Wow.
1988. Because
You
1990.
gonna walk around with all this stuff, yeah?
So it was part of people that actually had negotiations, but was still in Rhode Island. 1990 was actually released.
1990. And you said that you did something wrong, I guess. Oh, so this is where the criminal and you was judged.
I'm going to show you.
Oh wow, look at this. Oh wow. You getting the pictures of that, man. So what these suitcases about?
They bring you,
Huh?
catch you illegally, they bring you with your luggage and everything in here.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like you spoke about the typewriter.
Yes.
This was the bag for the
Yes,
typewriter.
yes.
These 2 bags would be the policemen.
That
Because-
was my school bag, very similar like that. No, serious.
Right here?
I got it.
Yeah.
That's the school bag?
Small, no, I've got a small metal one. A small metal
Sure.
bag. Yes.
I had the brown one, the deep brown one.
Oh wow. And this
My metric,
For the
my-
migrant
bag.
workers.
Migrant workers.
Yeah, the top. But
And this-
mine was- I was
This is
cheap
the
in half of
luggage
that
bag
size.
as well, like your clothes. So this bag,
You went traveling, you went in this year. In those days, if your mother-in-law came for a holiday, she will come in that luggage thing.
wow. There you have it, yo. Look at this.
Yes.
Wow, holding cell right here where they held you.
This was the holding cell where you find around about 400 to 500 migrant workers on a daily basis. Remember the first township, this one since 1919, the second township, Yethu, we're talking about 1960, well maybe 1960.
It's like Zulu.
That is Sutu.
Sutu.
Sutu, this is a Xhosa, because we are all different tribes. So I'm Xhosa, I think must be Xhosa.
They used to beat them in here or something?
Uh,
They might have beat them or something in here?
yes, when we have ceremonies. Fortunately, you
I
can
can
actually-
feel something in here.
You want to?
I feel the energy in here.
This was a holding cell. It's where you find 400 to 500 migrant workers whom they didn't have this documentation.
So 400 or 500 people be stuffed in this room?
On a daily basis, yes.
Wow.
This, you remember I just mentioned, 1960s Guguneti was actually born. But the brainchild here, since 1919, where we have to get that documentation.
So where did they use the bathroom or something at? Right.
No bathroom, you can actually find bathroom when you go to Cosmo prison after your trial.
So if you sit here for what, hours or days, you just gotta do your business up in here?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so they stayed in here until they got a trial in there, and then they were taken to a prison.
To prison.
Did they ever get out of the trial, or is it just they were automatic?
If you had a file, or you're basically working for the good company,
Yes.
so if you're working for
the company.
so Langa will come and say, okay, I'm paying a fine. But if you do not have that fine money, so that means you have to go to prison.
How long did they stay in prison?
If you don't have 20 bucks, so that means you're actually going to spend 20 days in prison. Right?
If you don't have 20 bucks, it's 20 days.
Bucks, 30 bucks, 50 bucks.
50 bucks, 50 days.
Yeah. So we usually.
So whatever your pay is equal to how many days you have to. Wow.
So that's why I say we actually are Rainbow Nation.
Sex household. What in the world is that?
That's Ian Butler. He was a journalist. Remember the oppressors at the time, since 1948, they were the Afrikaners. So also the whites that also colonized South Africa at the same time. So that's why we have the national language. The communication language that we have now, it is English. So that's why we still have that picture there. Just to show people
Excuse me.
colonization, which was actually studied by everyone, but then we still have this transition at the moment we're actually using. First, I think I'm done with my presentation.
Well, what about this right here? What's this about? This single sex hostels.
Remember, I mentioned that men was the only one.
Gotcha.
So that's why we had single sex hostels. So when we talk about families, we're talking about this whole area. So that area would be the one we actually privileged, we could speak English and Afrikaans and Xhosa. So those would be the policemen that we work for the rest. Yeah. So those are still the very same ones. That is Langa. Now we're talking around about 1960s aerial view of Langa.
So back in there would be Capetown.
Oh, Capetown is further up.
Oh, this way, yeah.
So this section, it was purely nothing.
Right.
Remember the 1901 forced removals? People were actually sent just behind this road. There would be a road here, or a railway line, which is called Pinelands. That's a semi-white community area. We have Pinelands, semi-white community area. We have Langa, black, semi-blacks. We have Pointival, semi-colored community area. So that is to be the very same ones.
It's definitely energy in here.
Guys, if you still want to donate, I'll be in front, but then you can actually take pictures as much as guys can.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
brother.
very much. Thank you.
I enjoyed this. Educational indeed.
Yeah, we're just gonna go in front of this, DUMBpass.
There's something right up in
You got the
there.
print. Let's just take a look one out.
400 people or more crammed up in this little room. Excuse me. Yeah. So, I'll get you. You can come out. As you can see, this is crazy, y'all. This is official. Ooh, and then the people out of this, if it's your turn, pretty much, and you, if they say $20 is your fine, you didn't have it, you get 20 days in the prison. Wow.
It's the exact same way.
But there's no name of anything here, so you don't pass.
The other side, you're gonna go to the other side. Women's holding cell. This was the
this
women's
one.
holding cell.
This one here? This one.
This is a woman's holding cell?
Yeah.
Outside?
Exactly as it is. Remember I mentioned women was not allowed?
Yeah.
So this was it.
Wow, this is where they held the women at right here, y'all. And this went on all into 1980 something.
Yeah, 1988.
1988, y'all, that's like recent.
30 bunches.
Oh, this is some more cells.
Yeah, come this way.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the cells. Wow, 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 wow. Dang. Okay, let's move forward.
And now he's going this way now.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Our Western school was built like this.
Holy go.
That's how we took it.
Some energy here.
No, that's my homeboy.
Some energy in here.
So here's the board.
Okay, now you wanna watch.
It was built by the city municipality. So every facility with the table mounting sign and the rainbow colors, it basically means that facility was built by the municipality of Cape Town.
Ah, whenever you see that, okay.
Yes, wherever you see the Cape Town table mounted, those rainbow colors behind it, you must know.
That's by the
They always
authorities.
have that this city works for you. That's their slogan.
The city works for you.
This city.
Right,
But
right.
they not.
Right, 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 right. See?